Another game with a red card is Aston Villa nil, Brentford 1. Now this was a weird game. Like Brentford were actually playing well, and they've become a very good team on the ball, Brentford. Keith Andrews, man, like to me, he's the main man here. Like in the United game, Bruno was the main man. In this game, the main man is Keith Andrews for me, man. His coaching is just really impressing me, at least with results. But also when I do watch Brentford, I'm seeing really good football patterns. I'm seeing some really good stuff on the ball, and then matched with some of the endeavor and the off the ball stuff that Brentford used to do anyway under the previous coach Thomas Frank. Dango Ouattara, great goal. He missed an earlier chance, 11v11. Shada plays him through, and Ouattara misses it. It's a bad miss. They could have gone 1-0 then. They go down. They go up 1-0. Sorry, they go up 1-0 minutes before after they lose their guy. Kevin Shadow, that was a dumb thing that he did. He almost cost his team today, but I think he might cost them in the next few games because he's a very important player for them, and he goes for the ball. He gets flagged for offside, but on his way up, he kicks at Matty Cash's privates. He doesn't kick too hard, but he kicks enough for it to be, you know, seen as violent conduct because it was. And that was unnecessary. Didn't need to do that. But Brentford will take the win away from home. At that point, I actually thought Aston Villa were going to win this game because I think not many teams will go to Villa Park and win, period. But not many teams will go to Villa Park, go down to 10 men, score the goal to go up, and still win the game. So Brentford, I wouldn't say they are lucky because they earned the win. To win with 10 men away from home for that long of a period, you're playing with 10 and you still find a way to keep a clean sheet. And like I'm not mad at that, but I think one of the games Brentford have next is Arsenal. I think if Shada is indeed out for 3 games, that's going to be a bummer for them. Like I think, let me see. So their next match is away to Newcastle. That's bad. You're missing one of your best players. They do have good players, but I think the problem for Brentford is you want all your best players around. You know, you just want your best players available. You don't want your best players not playing games because of red cards. Injury is one thing, but you don't want to miss your best players due to things like that. And I think their next game is Newcastle, and then after that, I think they travel to Arsenal. No, they did travel to Arsenal. I think Arsenal travels to them, which is a short trip because they're still in London. Yep, they host Arsenal on the 12th of February. And I don't know if there's a cup game in between, but if he misses 3 games, he's missing 2 very big games in the league. But Brentford have been finding answers, so maybe they'll be fine. I think Coyote is a threat for them with those throw-ins. Aston Villa missed Ollie Watkins, I would say. Their new striker in his return or his second debut for Aston Villa. Tammy Abrams thought he had equalized, but it wasn't to be because the ball had gone out much, much earlier in the build-up in when Leon Bailey thought he had kept it in to continue playing, but it was not to be. So Brentford, good team, getting exactly what they deserve. They're sitting right up there pretty with some of the big boys in the Premier League at the moment. And, this has been one of the big stories of the season. I know I jokingly said that if Wolves were going to be able to stay up, Rob Edwards should be, manager of the year. But on a serious note, I think Keith Andrews' name should be at least an honorable mention, if not a proper winner for that. If they continue doing this, like what they're doing is ridiculous compared to what other teams have spent and what they're working with on budgets. The champions are starting to play like champions.